Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of No Holding Back, the podcast with me, Taylor Thibodeau, a podcast where we spotlight the highs and lows that creators face on their journey to success. Today, I had the opportunity to actually speak to a personal friend of mine, DJ Roma, and just hear all about his story and his transitioning to becoming this DJ, this world traveler, and just this intentional person. What is so unique about him is that he is someone that was actually an introvert before he found DJing, and he's just blossomed into this guy who's not afraid of being on the mic and being in front of people and being seen. So with that, I hope that you're able to take something away from hearing his story and learn a little bit more about him in the same way that I have. And so with that, this is another episode of No Holding Back, the podcast. Alrighty.
We rolling?
DJ Roma.
This is crazy. Yeah, we rolling.
How are you feeling? First, I just want to level set the conversation.
I'm good. I'm relaxed.
Okay.
I'm relaxed, yeah. I'm at home. Shit. I'm on my couch.
Okay. Well, we love it.
Yeah.
Well, first, I want to thank you for, actually agreeing to do the podcast. Like I had said earlier, I know this is not necessarily your thing.
Yeah.
To want to be on camera and be on the mic in this way.
Right,
so I really appreciate you for saying yes to the invitation and just making time for, everything that we're trying to build here.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna support y'all on, for whatever. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can go ahead and dig into it. I would love for those who are just getting to know you, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you think describes DJ Roma?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it all kind of starts from, the DJing aspect always starts from when I was younger. I started playing the drums when I was small. I grew up in a very Afrocentric household, so, and I got Caribbean around me, I got African around me, and even growing up in DC, I'm hearing go-go too. So like, I think the drums was a really pivotal moment for me when I was younger, just hearing music. And I always even meeting Rob and just being around Dominicans and hearing different kind of music, in high school and all that stuff. So I've been listening to music. Different genres forever, Afrobeats before it was popular and all that stuff. So, so the drums kind of got me to where I am as a DJ now, and that lets me to listen to music and on to there. So
Who is DJ Roma when you are, doing an event? What is that personality like?
Yeah, so. It's my way of expressing or getting everything out, honestly. So my day job is so kind of introverted and segmented. I'm staring at a computer all day. I'm coding all day. I'm doing stuff. So when I get off of work or when I get in front of a crowd, and I've been in front of crowds. I was doing concerts, drumming during concerts when I was younger in front of people. And when I get in front of a crowd, that's my form of expressing everything I got that I'm not able to express in words. So I'm able to I feel like I'm able to kind of be on top and show everybody who I am in that way. So, being on the mic and having all that energy that I have is really just a buildup of the week or the month or whatever I'm going through.
Yeah, it's like a release for
you
it's
to
be able to
it's
DJ. Yeah, so you described DJ Roma, but I would love for you to describe a J. Who is just a J as a person?
Yeah, a J is not DJ Roma. People may see me as a DJ and may have these thoughts about who I might be as a person, but there are other things I love actually more than DJing.
Okay.
And so I mean, I have a full-time job that I love, and I went to school for computer science. So I've been in cybersecurity for 8 years, and I eventually want to open a business doing that. And
okay.
I even I found myself as a traveler before a DJ. So that's kind of why when I do travel and DJ, it's not me wanting to go DJ to these places. It's me wanting to it's me trying to be culturally immersed in somewhere, and then finding out where I could DJ so I could meet new people and like have new experiences that way.
So you're like low-key an anthropologist, like somebody who just loves learning about other.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Like my TV is never on like Netflix. It's always on like some travel vloggers page or something when I'm in here chilling. So, yeah, that's me. Yeah, like you said, I feel like I'm introverted, but I talk when I want to.
Yeah, you do when you're comfortable.
Yeah,
and, you know,
when I'm comfortable, when I know people.
You know
you know me.
Yeah,
y'all know me, so,
yeah. So I do want to go back to your upbringing a little bit. Like, I would love for you to take us through like what life was like for Ajay before DJ Roma became this person that he is. Like, what was it like growing up for you, and where did you grow up?
Yeah, so my family's Trinidadian. My mom's Trinity. My dad's from DC. Like 6th, 7th generation Washingtonian. So
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I grew up in a very Afrocentric cultured household where I grew up a lot around a lot of like culture community and a lot of Caribbeans, and I also played baseball. So, so I was around a lot of white kids, and I was around a lot of black kids, and I was around a lot of different cultures growing up. So that kind of shaped me, and I started traveling at a young age. Thanks to my mom and my parents. Like I was going on little trips and stuff. So I kind of saw the world young, luckily. And that kind of led me to just loving music. And then once COVID hit, I think before COVID hit, I was like going to the clubs, and I was always outside a lot. Man,
I know.
A lot, yeah. Outside a lot. I wasn't DJing, so I think something made me want to DJ during COVID. I think I just bought a board. I was still living in Southeast at my mom's house.
Yeah.
And I bought a DJ board, and I was just in that joint playing around with it.
Well, I'm gonna pause you right there because I do want to get to that moment and what that was. But I would love to know, like, because you talked about how music was so much a part of your upbringing and, the different cultures and things like that. I would love to know, at what moment did you fall in love with music? Like, do you remember that moment where you like, ooh, I actually, like, this might be a thing for me?
I don't think there was ever a moment when I fell in love with it. I think there's just moments over time where there's certain genres and songs I fell in love with, where I listened to one song 20 times in a day, 30 times in a day, and that was me falling in love with music. But I don't think there was one moment, because I was just always listening to so many genres of music. So I was always hearing some new stuff where I was like, oh, this is fire, whether it's salsa, bachata, or Afrobeats, or dancehall, or like something in the Middle East, or I just always like looking for different weird genres to listen to. So, yeah.
What is it about music that is so powerful for you and that really speaks to you and like pulls in your interest? What does it convey for you?
I think it's just the flexibility. Like, sometimes when I wake up in the morning, like I want to be Jimi Hendrix, or sometimes I want to wake up, I want to be Future. So like, it gives me that flexibility of stepping into another life and every different day. I could have a day where I'm just listening to rock music, and I just feel like listening to rock music. Or, some days I'm blasting salsa in here.
Yeah.
So if it makes me kind of I could kind of be in a different life and still live the same life.
That's actually pretty powerful.
Yeah.
How important do you think it is for people to listen to music outside of just like their own race or their own culture? Because I feel like as Black folks, sometimes we kind of pigeonhole ourselves into just listening to specific genres because that's just all we kind of, we're known, like we were fed as kids, right? But it sounds like for you, like because you're interested in it, you've fallen into different genres, like rock. I can never outwardly express that I love rock music because people be looking at me like, girl, what? And I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all understand.
Yeah,
like,
you don't.
Music is universal. So how important do you think it is for, us as a culture to really step outside of our comfort zones and explore other cultures and other music forms?
I wouldn't say it's important. I would just say, like, if you feel like that's what you want to do, then if that fits you, then it fits you. I don't think it's important. Just because somebody listens to trap music all the time, I'm not going to be like, bro, it's important that you go listen.
Yeah, you're not going to force feed it, right?
Like, if that's what you want to do. I think, but it's also just being open-minded to what is outside of DC in the US and the, you know, this part of the world. It's like the world's huge,
yeah.
You know, and they're like, it's crazy to see what kind of music people listen to, and even like the genres of music in the certain countries, you would be surprised that they love those things too. Like I go to Asia a lot, and like they love Afro beats out there, which is crazy because people.
That's
think
interesting, because like, what is the energy of that anyway?
Well, Afro beats is like worldwide now, so it's like it's taking the world by storm. But I think that, you know, some genres just have that oomph to it that can be easily understood by anybody.
Yeah.
I think Afrobeats is that thing that like it's right now. It's kind of like how dancehall was back in the 90s, where Sean Paul and all that stuff was like popping all around the world, you know?
Yeah, I feel like Afrobeats, like along with like genres like, you know, salsa, bachata, like they have like this element of joy in the beat. And it kind of like, it just allows people to enjoy the music, you know?
Yeah.
And that, I don't know if that's like the unifying factor.
Yeah, and then there's rarely any negative talk about you know, violence or degrading women or any. I mean, there's some, of course, but most of it's just like joy and love and happiness, and that's easily, you know, consumable, you know, across the world. So
yeah. So I do want to go back to you're about to give us the story of how you fell into DJing during COVID, but I would love to hear more. So you said in 2020 you picked up I don't know the name of the board.
Yeah, it's like called? A DJ board.
A DJ
controller.
board.
They call it a controller.
It's called a controller.
DJ
yeah, you picked up the controller.
Yeah. I bought one.
You bought one?
Yep.
Okay, take us
the smallest one you could buy. I forgot the name of it, but I was still living at home at the time, and I had my own room. I had like a little speaker, and I bought that joint, and I had a laptop, and I was like, let me just play around with it, see what's going on. I was also like around DJs. I think I kind of knew some DJs in DC. I don't know what really made me just buy that joint. It was just, I bought it.
Well, I feel like COVID was kind of the time everybody got to try their interests. Like if you thought about wanting to do it, you just went for it.
Well,
right?
I think I had bought the board actually slightly before COVID. So that's why I can't even remember what made me buy the board. I think it was just me wanting to try something new. And I think like, I played baseball, so maybe I was trying to, I think
you're a big hobby guy.
Yeah, I was trying to like fill that void. I was like, all right, I gotta do something. I'm not playing ball no more. I'm not boxing. Let me pick up DJing or something, you know? So I bought the board, and then that was it. So take
me through your first gig after buying the board.
Yeah, so my first public gig out at like a venue was, and this is during COVID, it's at Babylon. That's like a hookah lounge in Woodbridge, Virginia.
In Virginia, yeah, Virginia was very open.
Virginia was open, yeah. And there's a DJ I know, DJ Camo. He kind of like put me on to this gig, and since then I mean I was practicing for a long time. I was putting out mixes and stuff, but nobody ever gave me a chance. So I was like sending my mixes out to people, and then like just kind of waiting for a chance.
Yeah.
I was like walking up and down U Street, going to every bar,
wow,
looking for the owner. I didn't know what a promoter was at that time. So I'm just walking up and down U Street, just saying, "Hey, my name is DJ. I got a mix. You know, do you have openings?" Yeah, and then honestly, nobody gave me a chance because I didn't know what a promoter was, and they was like, "These are clubs." I was like talking to the bartenders and stuff. So.
Oh, okay. So then, wait. So how long were you? Pretty much like, I don't want to say begging because that's crazy, but at what point were you, how long were you doing that for until you realized what the secret sauce was?
Almost a year. I didn't do nothing for like a year.
Nobody
I was like putting mixes. Yeah, I was just, but it was also COVID, so nothing was really open. So I was putting mixes out for like a year, just putting them out on Instagram and SoundCloud.
How did we not know this?
Because I wasn't.
You weren't telling. Okay.
No, I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't showing nobody I was doing this. I was just.
Wow.
I was just going and just hopefully somebody would, be like, all right, give me a chance. But I got good enough to the point I was practicing. Somebody gave me a chance to open. So
And so what was that like? What made that person say yes to you? And dang, like, what did you have to do to make that person say yes? Did you have to switch up like your process or anything?
I think it's just about knowing people. I think, you know, I kind of was being like in the DC professional scene. Everybody's it's kind of not clicked up, but everybody knows each other. So
Right. I mean, you could say clicked up.
Yeah. I knew a
That's what it
guy.
is.
I was around a bunch of guys that were kind of like in the, you know, the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, and they was kind of doing a lot of nightlife stuff, and I worked with a lot of them. So then that's why I kind of got in through another DJ that was, you know, kind of running the stuff out there. So I kind of just met people, and it's really the personal games. You just be likable and just know who know who
just
you
be a
should
good
know,
person, and
let people know you.
Yeah. So what was that night like when you finished and you did your first set and you walked away and you saw people dancing? Like, were people dancing or was it like crickets? You know.
Well, I was the opener, so it really wasn't a lot of people there.
Okay.
I think it was just like for the
to
promoters to, you know, hear me DJ, and then for the DJ that actually gave me the opportunity to hear me DJ too. So I knew that I did a good job when he had called me back. I was like, okay, all right, so we got something here. Something's boiling up, you know. So then I did that Babylon venue for like a couple more times, and then COVID was done, but not done, but like started
things
opening
were starting
up.
to lift,
And then then it kind of took off from there.
Yeah, because, so after Babylon, you made your way to Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
You were at Brooklyn after?
I did a lot of stuff at Brooklyn on U Street.
Yeah.
And then from there, I took a steep incline, and then I plateaued out.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can never just, you know, it just happens like that. Sometimes, you know, a lot of people that come in the game, they take a steep, you know, their beginning is like really steep because it's like, you know, this new rookie, he's good. And then it's like, okay, well, he's good, but is he bringing out people? Is he filling, you know, our other needs? So that's when I think a lot of people start plateauing at that point too, because people are like, okay, he's good, but this other DJ is good as well, but he's also bringing out 20 people.
Yeah.
30 people.
What was your plateau? Because I know you also made it to Park. We came to Park.
Yeah, I plateaued for a little bit because I didn't build a community yet. I just got out of COVID. Some people knew I was DJing. I was just a good DJ without a community. I was a good DJ without any following, which that can't really get you anywhere.
Yeah.
So you got to have both, and I had to build both to then get out of that plateau again and then start to grow from there.
Yeah. So when you first started out in your DJ career, was your name always DJ Roma? Or were you going by something else?
Yeah. It was DJ Roma, but I had some other like names I was thinking of.
And I asked that because I'm curious, at what point in your climb where you felt like DJ Roma kind of came alive? Like you were like, oh, this is my self-expression coming through. I can see it now.
It's probably like 3 years after that. Yeah.
3 years?
Yeah. Even today, I still like, you know.
You get disgusted? What was the
No. Even today, I just kind of I'm always trying to, you know, improve. So I never honestly feel like I'm doing good. Honestly, I just feel like
really,
yeah. I just feel like I'm just improving, and I have moments where I'm like, okay, I did good tonight, but it's very rare where I'm like, oh, I'm like this great. A lot of people think I'm better than I think I am, you know. So
you know what? That's real though, because and this is actually something that I've been like not battling with, but like going in a cycle within my own mind, right? Because I feel like us as people, when we're so good at something, it's just kind of like we live with it. It's just like, okay, I guess, yeah. I mean, I could be better,
right?
But it's like other people looking at you are like, wait a minute, like this is actually really good.
But you're constantly always also looking up to people that are better than you. So that's what you think the ceiling is.
Yeah.
But some people are looking at you as the ceiling, but you're looking at other people as the ceiling.
Like I'm watching exactly. That's exactly what it is.
You know, so I'm like, I'm not even up there. Y'all think I'm
Do you think that's a good trait to have, just as somebody that's just like wanting to build, or is that something that you think like you got to work on to get past?
It's a balance. It helps. It kills your self-confidence for sure. But it helps with your performance. You could become very good that way, but it's difficult to become happy and fulfilled with it, though, I would say.
So for you, I know like you get to travel and you get to do all these things with DJing, but like, what is one of the most memorable moments that you had so far while in your DJ career?
Traveling and DJing is always a memorable experience. This year, you know, I did like a little Asia little tour. So like DJing on the beach in Bali was great. That was like kind of great experience.
Bali. How many times you been to Bali?
That was my first time.
Okay, so but you've been somewhere else in Asia
multiple
times.
I go to Bangkok a lot. Yeah.
Okay, it's Bangkok.
Yeah, I got one of my friends I grew up with. Him and my mom. His mom and my mom used to work together, so we used to go to like their job when we were younger.
Oh, how cute.
Yeah, so we just kind of grew up and he kind of introduced me to there years ago. So I kept going back even without him now. You know, so
yeah. What have you learned about yourself through traveling and like in doing DJ work and all those things? What is something that you've really learned that kind of altered your perspective on life?
That being grateful, it will make your life just much less stressful, because I'm able to kind of see how other people live and see what kind of lavish lifestyle we live in the United States and how this is not the same in other places, and the other issues that people go through in other countries, hunger, death, you know, all kind of crazy shit. So like, just coming back here, it just makes me much more grateful of the life that I'm able to live here. And the problems I think I have are not really problems at all.
Is that why you're like, DJ Roma is like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think of it as like, yeah, I'm a DJ. I play music, but like there are a lot more bigger things in life that are more important than DJing and playing music. So
I know that you also are like really into wellness and taking care of yourself. How do you do that while living such a fast-paced life and being up all hours of the night and DJing and doing that? What does that look like for you, if it exists?
Yeah, I think it's my genes. It's my genes. Don't let this fool you. I don't. I mean, I do. I'm pescatarian. I've been pescatarian my whole life. So luckily, my weekdays are, you know, I'm pretty healthy and eat really, really well during the weekdays. I got a lot of vitamins and stuff that I take. But man, that drinking and that weekend food, 6 a.m.
You gotta get your munchies.
Yeah, it's not great. So I wouldn't say I'm.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that I try to do good, but I couldn't do much better though.
But I feel like you work out, right?
Yeah, I work out. Yeah. Which I definitely work out. I try to get in there.
Yeah, don't shit on
yourself.
No.
I try. I work out at least. I try to get in there 4 to 5 times a week. It's tough on the week. Yeah, it's not. Well, it depends on how I'm DJing. That's why I try to cut back on the DJ. Honestly.
You are.
Yeah, cause I'm trying to cut back on the DJing, especially on Sundays, because I like my Sundays to chill and like recharge.
You're being more intentional about
like saying no
your
to
bookings.
stuff on weekends. Yeah. Well, not on Sundays. Yeah. I like if my Sunday nights are terrible, then my Monday's gonna be bad. I gotta go to work, and I try to just chill out on Sundays to get ready for the week. You know, so.
Is it important for you to like feel centered?
Oh yeah, 100%.
And how do you find your center?
Honestly, just chilling, not drinking. Sometimes it's not DJing. Sometimes not DJing makes me feel good too. Yeah, because I don't always want to DJ all the time. There are other things
I mean,
enjoy
that's
doing.
energy exertion.
Exactly.
It's like
Yeah, it's a
you're
lot.
giving your all
It is not
for 4
It's
hours.
not fun all the time.
Yeah,
Especially like if you got a group of people that just want to hear one type of music, and you got to play that. Sometimes I don't want to play R&B for 4 hours, or Afro beats for 4 hours.
Yeah, that's real.
So
yeah.
It just comes down to picking certain gigs that like will fit my fulfillness now. So
yeah. What parts of your identity you feel have changed since you decided to follow just an interest or a passion of yours?
everything, honestly. I thought about that. I was like, once I stopped DJing, because DJing is my whole identity mostly now. Not a whole identity, but a lot of it.
It's become a part of your identity.
Become a part of it, yeah. Which, I don't know what I would be doing if I wasn't DJing. It would be difficult for me to kind of.
I feel like you'd be doing like jujitsu or something.
Yeah. So I'm like, I've been trying to get into that actually, but, I'll probably pick up something else. But I'm just,
Yeah. So beyond DJing, I know you mentioned tech and you want to have, your own company. So beyond DJing, what are some other interests that you're looking to, explore and get into and possibly execute on?
Cybersecurity has always been my bread and butter, so I've been doing that for almost 10 years now.
One of the tech guys.
Yeah, and I love it. Eventually want to do some type of work like that, but not in a different country somewhere. So, traveling and cybersecurity would be like, and then DJing. If I could do them three, if it could work like that, which is very difficult because it's just a job and DJing and the hours. But if I could find something to do like that would be like a perfect match.
Yeah, I think it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. I just have to sit down,
find it,
put the alcohol away, sit down, just it just focus for a little bit, So
yeah. So any advice that you have for someone that is just starting out? I know you told your character arc story of having to hustle for a year, find somebody to actually say yes to you. So for anyone that is trying to start their DJ path in some form or fashion, what advice would you give them about how it feels or what they should do to enter into the business?
Yeah, I would say stick to learning the basics. Don't try to jump to learning the hard stuff. Know the basics really well. Build your community, because what I did was I built my skills and didn't have a community, which made me plateau. So if I were to go back, I would build my skills and my community at the same time. Because your community is everything when you're DJing or have any type of hobby or podcast. So if you don't have a community, you have nothing. Nobody's gonna watch your podcast. Nobody's gonna come to see you DJ. And I'm not gonna get booked.
I feel like a DJ community is like you gotta do some work.
Yeah, you gotta do, and honestly, most of it really doesn't have anything to do with DJing. It has everything to do with your personality.
Yeah,
you being likable, you putting other people first sometimes and not yourself. And you honestly being there for other people, even outside of DJing. So, yeah.
I actually want to ask you a question about that. Like, how important did you realize it was to show up for people just outside of what they do?
Oh yeah,
because networking is so nuanced. Like, people think it's just showing up for one specific thing. It's a little more than that. How did that change your perspective about networking and just having relationships?
It's important because a lot, especially in DJing and nightlife, a lot of us see each other in this at night. We're drunk, we're drinking, we're having fun, and then the next time I see you is next weekend. We're drunk, we're drinking, having fun. But somebody told me something. One of my female friends, she told me, she was like, "Yo, I can't just rely on you when we're drunk and having fun. If we're really we all gonna be friends. We need to be there for each other on the weekdays when I need you and some emotional support. And when something happened with my family, I need you to come over and, have some, just sit there and listen to me, or I need you to help me move because my car broke down and it's Tuesday at 2 p.m. It has nothing to do with the club, or you know what I'm saying? So just looking at how, not I can help other people, but how we can help each other, just like even outside of nightlife. And because I don't want my connections to just die once I stop DJing. I want them to like, continue as long
to
as
grow with you in your next chapter.
As they can, yeah, so.
Dang, that's a good friend.
Yeah.
That's a great friend to give you that.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy. I can only imagine, right? It's so easy to get caught up in a specific lifestyle because, like you're kind of living it almost every day.
Yeah.
And, like by the time you recuperate and get grounded again, you got to be on to the next one. So it's like no time in between to really like, think about certain things or, fester on certain thoughts. Mm-hmm. So it's a good friend for her to like bring that to the forefront for you.
Now
like,
I think about it now.
Bro.
Yeah. Because even I used to like, somebody used to send me something to pull up to, maybe it was their birthday or something, like, I'm busy, but that person probably really wanted me to be there. I mean, vice versa though. Like if I invite somebody to something and I want them to be there and it was something outside of DJing,
Yeah.
Which is rare, but just I'm trying to be more intentional about that, like trying to build connections outside of DJing.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with money. Just like I was just like as a genuine friend connection.
Yeah, I love that for you.
Yeah.
That's really good. Now we've I've made it to the end of my questions, but I do have like a segment that's called Claim It. So I have 2 questions that I'm going to ask you. Okay.
Got to snitch on anybody?
No snitching. There's no snitching allowed on this podcast.
Okay, all right.
It's all about you.
Okay.
So my first question is, what's something you're claiming for yourself in this season? And it could be career, it could be creativity, or even your personal life.
Yeah, for my family to be healthy, more travel, and more flexibility and more wealth for all my friends, honestly.
You're so unselfish.
Yeah, so.
Nothing was really about yourself.
Well, travel.
Well, outside of travel. Yeah, but I mean like, career goals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a very unselfish answer. Yeah. If you had to put your journey into one sentence or mantra, what would it be?
I finally found something. Yeah, I finally found something that kind of I'm sticking to. Because I feel like I'm always doing some shit, but this is one I'm sticking to this one. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, I'm always doing some other shit, But this is the one I gotta stick to, and I am sticking to it.
Well,
so.
I mean, you had to do other shit so you can find the one.
Right, the one. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Axon, we have made it to the end, or
great.
DJ Roma rather.
Yeah.
There's gonna be probably 3 different names.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
3 different names in this episode.
Nobody know that name.
My bad,
Yeah,
DJ Roma.
Yeah, you good.
Thank you for coming on the podcast. I just want to say, from a perspective of me and Rob, like we are really proud of you.
Thank you.
For all that you're doing. We know who you were before, you started doing this, and just seeing your metamorphosis and your evolution now is to someone who's putting themselves out there and just doing the thing and not really just being a chill guy, and
I'm trying.
like, I don't want to say you were in the background, but just kind of like, okay with taking a back seat, just seeing you out here and really going for life and traveling and doing your thing. Like that is, we love that. I love to see that for Black men, because we don't get to experience that part of life. Sometimes, we get stuck and whatever have you, but you're really interested in seeing the world. And so we're both really proud of you.
Yeah. Thank you. I love y'all too, man. So
yeah.
This is dope. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's all we got for today.
Time.
Peace.